Yeah. So first, I'm going to talk about the rocket patch because when it first came out, we were kind of pushing it towards men more to make them feel a little more more energy, um, make them feel younger. And so I sold pack patches to a good friend of mine, and he let me know pretty quickly that it was working. And his wife's like, well, if it's doing this much for you, let me try it. So she tried it, and she's been on it for 2 weeks, and she absolutely loves them and just says she just gets so much more done. She's wearing the Liberty patch and the pain patch when she needs it, but she tried this rocket patch and she absolutely loves it. And she says, like, she's also a track coach, so she's very busy and does a lot of charity stuff with me. And like, she's on the go 7 days a week, 20 hours a day. And she's like, this rocket patch gave me a new life. Like, I am so like getting so much done every day. I'm not dead tired. I get up in the morning, I'm ready to rock and roll. And I'm like, well, I'm going to try that too. You know, that's, we all need that more. Like, we know the Liberty helps us with more energy, but she's wearing that. And if she's even getting more energy from Rocket Patch, why not? And her husband is also a coach, and he loves it. I mean, it's a busy time of year. They're ready to go to regionals, and they're working, running 7 nights a week, and he loves it. So it's not just for the boom, 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 boom that we kind of thought it might be. It's just for overall. It's not for that. it it helps, but it's for overall.
You're the cutest. You're the
it's
cutest.
it's for overall energy and vibrancy for life, and just keep you going and keep you happy all the time. So I'm strongly recommending the rocket patch for both males and females, and you'll see a big difference. Give it a week or two, and you'll see a difference in your life.
Cool. I
So
know it makes me want to try it again. So yeah.
yeah, she's already ordered more.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to run out there sharing a pack right now.
Right.
But and you and I a little while ago were talking about the joy patch, and remember the night I got my first joy patches, and you
New.
were at my house,
Uh-huh.
and I remember we're like, oh my god, the new joy patches are here. That was a year ago,
Yeah.
and we all wore them, and we went out to dinner because we were going to do an event the next day.
Uh-huh.
And we were just sitting, I remember sitting at dinner, just looking. There was 8 or 10 of us. We're just sitting looking at each other, and we just start laughing for no reason, no
Right,
particular
right,
reason.
right.
And it made me, one of my associates, she's kind of got a stressful life, and she's got 3 little kids, all under the age of 5. And she said, oh, I had to go get groceries the other day, and my kids were, you know how little kids are, they want everything on the shelf, like, I want this, mom, I want this, mom. She goes, I was having such a day that any other time I would have just started yelling at them in the middle of the grocery store and said, like, be good, sit down. She goes, I was just laughing at them. I didn't care. I was just laughing, saying, no, you can't have it, too bad. And laughed at them, like, laughed about the situation. And I said, that's good. She goes, yeah, I haven't laughed in a grocery store in 5 years because she has her kids in tow everywhere she goes. But also, my husband, he has a job where, Kim, he works a lot of hours, and it's a pretty nonstop stressful job. So I told him, he used to come home and he'd be so aggravated sometimes, and I'd say, honey, you need a joy patch. And he's like, I don't need a joy. I wear patches. I don't need a joy patch. And I'm like, no, this is a completely different patch. You need a joy patch. And so finally, after a day or two, I got him to put one on. And his coworker, he he had called me, not the coworker, but my husband called me, and his coworker grabbed the phone and said, who is this sitting in the chair next to me, and what did you do with him? And I'm like, what? And he goes, he's in such a good mood, and it's a Saturday, which is a very busy day for him. And anyway, it's been like amazing. Like on the couple days, like he'll forget to put it on, and he'll come home. I'm like, I know his face when he comes in the door. I'm like, you didn't wear your joy patch today, did you? And he goes, I forgot it. I'm like, honey, you got to keep a pack in your desk,
Yeah.
because if you forget it, sometimes you'll wake up a little late or something and rush out. And
And
I'm
the
like,
funny thing about Andy is that he is like the sweetest, most kind, and just to us girls, I mean, he is just like
oh
Mr. Like,
no,
what can I do
he,
for you? And like, just, hugs and kisses and everything. And just like, so he must like have a different personality when he goes to work. Because when he's pretty
well,
mellow, when I see him at home, I mean, of course he's being all like hosty and his stuff. But yeah, it's just like he's always like for us, we're all like, man, Don's got such a
well,
great husband.
when he's at work, he's usually pretty laser focused on getting the job done,
Yeah.
and he has to deal with a lot of personalities at work, and sometimes he can get aggravated. Like I'm like, you can't talk to people like that. You have to be kinder, Andy. And he's kind because of me, because I taught him, because he's from New York. So um anyway,
Yeah.
when he wears the joy patch and he comes home, I'm like, how was your day, honey? Like we're like old fashioned couple, like, how was your day, honey?
Mhm.
He goes, I had a good day. He goes, little aggravation, but nothing to worry about.
Oh, good.
And he just wears this joy patch, and I see such, it was like when he first started wearing the Liberty patch, because he's a little ADD.
Mm.
And I could tell when he came down the stairs, honey, go back up and put your patch on. How did you know? I'm like, because you wrecked my whole kitchen making an egg, you know? So like, get up there and put your patch on.
Yeah,
But
definitely the patch life and the married life is different. Yeah, then put your patch on, honey.
yes, put your patch on. Forget your underwear. Just put that patch on.
Right? Right?
Things
Oh,
will
that's
go
so
well for you.
adorable. I hope Andy sees this sometime because it's super cute. Yeah.
Well,
We
and
love you, Andy. We love you. Yeah.
yeah,
So, anyhow.
I have something to say about the peace patch also.
Okay.
I It's just coming into my head as we're talking, but I have a customer and I love her to death, but she is anxiety through the roof. Like she's just one of those people that has very high anxiety. And so I put her on peace patches about 2 years ago. So she called me up last week, and she's a person that spends like half the year down here in Palm Beach, and then she goes to New York in the summer. And she calls me up, and after 2 minute conversation on the phone, I'll say, "You're not wearing your peace patch." And she's like, "Oh yes, I have it on," because she wears like 4 patches a day. And she'll look around. She goes, "Oh, maybe I don't." And I'm like, "I'm sure you don't. Why don't you have it on?" And she's like, "How do you know that?" And I can just tell from the way she's talking, and she's stressed out.
Right?
And she's like, you're crazy. Like, how can you tell? Like, can you see me
Yeah.
somehow or something? I'm like, no, honey, it's just in your voice. I know you well enough that I know I'm happy you're wearing 4 patches, but
Yeah.
you need that peace patch.
No, honey, I
And
can tell. I can tell.
she'll put it on and call me. She calls me once or twice a week, and I'll be like, good, you remembered your peace patch today. So it's literally like from 1,200 miles away, I can tell if she's wearing her patch or not, just
Yeah,
over the phone,
right.
you know. So once you get, it's like when we were in Texas together and the Lumi patch first came out,
Mm.
we were looking around all the audience and all the associates that were there, and you could pick out the people that were wearing the Lumi patch.
Mm.
And it had only been out a month or less than a
Yeah,
month.
not too long. Not very long at all. Yeah.
And we're like, well, she's wearing the Lumi and he's wearing the Lumi, and
Oh,
look how
yes.
good they look.
Yeah, and
So
the fun part about that is you got to actually see people face to face because it's not just
yes,
seeing their
get some people
pictures.
we hadn't seen in,
Yeah, exactly.
months,
Yeah,
and they were wearing it for the first time. All we were all in the same boat wearing it for the first time, and you could just tell. I have an associate who's one of the best estheticians I've ever used because I do, like to go to and have facials. And thought I was keeping up on my skin
right.
until I saw what a Lumi patch did to me. And I'm like, oh my God, forget everything I thought I knew.
Yeah.
And even she's wearing them now, you know. So
Wow,
people
that's
come in
cool.
and they look at her. She's even selling them now.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
Awesome.
has customers come in and they're like, oh my God, I want my skin to look like yours. And she goes, well, I can do that really quick for you.
Oh, awesome. That's
but you
great.
but you have to keep up on your skin. So she doesn't lose business. She gains business two ways because she
Yeah.
just looks so beautiful.
Mhm.
And yeah, so gosh, all the patches. I mean, I'm patched everywhere you
Yeah.
look. I have a
Yeah.
patch on. So um I love them. And yeah, I just wanted to say that about the rocket patch more than anything was, and they're not the only people that have said this to me, but it's just a couple that stands out in my head because they're a couple. And, so a bunch of my friends, I belong to this group that we do a lot of charitable things for the community and stuff. So they call me the patch lady.
Hmm.
And they're like, well, we want those too, and we want those too. So we've been making orders for the rocket patch like crazy.
That's great.
And yeah, and there's a lot of health and wellness people in the group and stuff, and they're like on board. They all want to try it.
Hmm.
So just wanted to say that about the rocket. It's not just for men, as some of us may have thought.
Yeah.
It's working great for women
Yeah, it's
too.
really exciting because we thought it was for one thing particular, like really narrow, but it's actually
Yes,
overall stamina and energy in all day. I mean, it's not just a
yeah,
nighttime thing. So that's great. I'm really great.
yes,
Thanks for coming on and talking about that. And I think the more stories we hear, the more we understand how well these patches work and how they work and how it can change our life. And that was really fun to hear about Andy. Give him a little hug and kiss for me. And
I
thanks
will.
so much, Don. I
He'll
hope
be
we get
so happy to hear I'm talking about him like
Willie,
this.
Willie, Willie. Okay. Well, we all love him too. So yeah, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I will have you on after you've given Rocket a go for a few weeks, and then we'll see how you responded to that. Okay?
Yeah, that will be one. It would be hard to get him to wear.
No, but
So
you were gonna try it maybe. So
yeah, I'll try
yeah,
it and
yeah,
then
you
I'll
try it.
I'll do another Zoom and we'll see how it's working.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so
All
much. I
right.
love you very much. Have a great day.
Love you too,
See you
sweetheart.
soon.
Have
Bye
a great
bye.
weekend.
You're
Bye
welcome.
bye.